Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, or my LinkedIn, or wherever you're watching this from. And today I'm going to talk about how to work from home in 2020. So there's a lot of overwhelm, just information overload on how to actually work from home. I literally Googled how to work from home in 2020 just to make sure, like checking the content out there. And it's mostly jobs. It's mostly like the actual things that you can apply for. And it's not actually something that's step by step. And I want to line up for you guys step by step how do you actually work from home. Now, if you guys have no idea who I am, my name is Lacaba. I'm the virtual ate. And I have been working from home since I was 15 and I'm now 24. And I've also been running in the last 5 years an outsourcing company here in Cebu. So I kind of know the ins and outs of both being an employee and an employer of someone who's working from home. Now, I'm just gonna go right to it. Step one is actually assess. Now, what I mean with assess if working from home is actually something that you want, or is it something that you kind of just want to do because everyone else is kind of doing it? Because working from home is not for everyone. It takes so much discipline. It takes so much just the right mindset. It takes being able to be accountable for yourself. That's the biggest thing, because unlike if you're working in an office, no one is looking over your shoulder. No one is going to be checking up on you physically, like, hey, are you okay? No one will see if you're crying. That's actually one of the other things. So if you want to work from home, the first step is to assess if you want it, if it's part of your goals. Now, I made a quick video earlier this year on how I create my goals for 2020. So if you want to check that out, if you want to first set your goals for it. So you want to assess if it matches your goals. You have to assess if you have the right mindset for it, if it's something that you can eventually learn to love, or it's something that you already do love. Or will it match like the lifestyle that you want? You might be the kind of person who does want to go into an office and then rest and then take the weekend off, because if you work from home, you kind of have power over your time. That means that you can work at midnight if you want to, or you can work in the middle of a Sunday and not take it as a rest day, or take a rest day on Tuesday sometimes. So really, you have to assess yourself if this is something that you want. Now, step two, or the second thing that you need to be able to work from home in 2020, is going to be having the right tools. Now, what I mean with having the right tools is once you've picked the skill that you want. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to pick your skill and the niche that you're going to pick when you're going to work from home. The next thing that you will need is the tools. So for example, let's say you've picked that you want to be a graphic designer. So that means that you need to have a high end, or at least a mid-high range laptop, so you can work and not have any problems with memory, or would you need a physical hard drive to save all of your files? You need to be able to have the right tools. Internet, that's one thing. In an earlier video, I made a video on the tools that I use myself, just showing a little bit of my physical office. So laptop, internet, having the right whatever else that you need. Like, I know like some graphic designers need like the Wacom, or like basically just make a list of all the tools that you need to be able to work straight, to be able to have a space where you can actually work and not fall asleep just because you are working from home. Now, tools is something that not a lot of people prioritize, or they over prioritize it. They spend so much money on something even though they haven't really proven that they can actually find work from home. So on the tools thing, you can just literally start working from a computer shop near your house. You can just pay 50 pesos or 30 pesos for an hour, depends on where you're using the computers from, and then start applying from there. It doesn't have to be that you have a setup right away in your own home. You can work in different places. I know some people who started working on their phones and just bought like a really cheap keyboard if they're writing. I've done that myself, even at different times of my life. So don't spend too much money on tools. Just what is something that you need, and later on, once you're actually rolling, think and realize that you can upgrade, that you can move up, that you can have new tools later on. You don't have to lock yourself right now into tools to use for the next 5 years. You can always think that you can always upgrade. Your boss, you might get a really nice boss who like wants to buy a new laptop. I've heard of stories like that. So keep that in mind when you're picking and choosing your tools. Now, the third thing that you need if you want to work from home is kind of your branding. Now, when I say the word branding, a lot of people think, oh, I need a logo, I need a website. And that's kind of true. But if you're just starting out, your branding could be something as free as a LinkedIn profile. Could be something that could be just, you, a photo of you in like a white background. You can get your photo taken professionally in a pay 50 pesos for it from the Philippines. Just a 2x2 picture, and then put it up on LinkedIn, and then creating all of your like kind of your online resume in that way. So when people look you up, because usually employers will look you up, they can see you. Don't try to set up your profiles after you've applied. This is why this is a very step by step. Set up your profiles before you start putting yourself out there. So if you are going to become and of course base it on your niche. So if you're going to become a graphic artist, maybe create profiles on like DeviantArt or Instagram. Maybe make sure that when you create your profiles online, it's something where, if you are going to be a video editor, you have videos online, you have videos on YouTube, you have videos on different platforms, or TikTok, if that's something that you can or you want to do. So right now, already start thinking of the way that you want to position yourself online. Like for me, it's really easy, and I'm really lucky about it, that my name is Lacaba, because when you look me up, it's just all me. But what if you have a really common name? What if you're someone who's harder to find? So if you want to position yourself as, again, a graphic artist or video editor, or as a programmer, you want to be able that if they search your name on Google plus the job title you want to go for, then you're already searchable. They can find you, they can find references about you, can find recommendations. If you guys want more information on how to kind of rank on Google, I did a good video a few months ago now, so kind of check that out if you want to. But basically, when you're setting up your branding, you're setting up kind of your online resume. If I looked you up right now, will I be able to find you? Will I be able to find what other people have said about you? Will I be able to find, proof that you've actually been here in this world? So try to find it. It doesn't have to be your own personal profiles. You don't have to create your own Facebook profile and put a pictures of your kids just to make sure that they see that you're a real person. Can be as easy as, again, just an Instagram account with your art, or a YouTube account with some of your videos. It could just be really simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it, as long as they can find you. And again, you don't need the logos, and you need a fancy website. You can literally start with LinkedIn. That's free. And you can start putting up your content and kind of build your portfolio in that way. I'm going to make another video next time about focusing on the branding part of when you're trying to work from home, and seeing all the free tools that you can use to get that started. Now, after you have a little bit of your branding, you have the tools, you've assessed that you actually really do want this, the next thing is to just apply. So a lot of people get really quick downhearted when they're trying to apply and they don't get replies, or they're being said no. But applying for a job, kind of like in real life, is just a numbers game. You're just trying to message as many people, and then not spam them. And I'm going to talk about that in another video of like how to actually the right way send an application letter. I think I've already made a video about that also, actually. But when you're trying to apply, think of it as a numbers game. You're trying to email 10 people to get one reply, and that one reply could be jackpot, you won. Or you could be, just emailing 5 people and all 5 of them reply. So just think of it that way of, when you're trying to apply, once you have all the tools ready, when you have your branding, you have your online resume ready, that you're not taking it personally, especially if you're starting it out. You're not taking personally that you got rejected, because you might not just be the right fit. You might be someone that they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for someone who has who can speak French, who have a better laptop. And again, don't take that seriously, because then that job wasn't a match for you. You just keep churning and going through the application process. And if you're right now going through the application process and you need help, let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to walk you through a little bit your application letter, where to find. And when it comes to applying, There's a bajillion places to apply to look for jobs out there. But the one that I do recommend, and I've always recommended this to people who also want to find employees in the Philippines, is onlinejobs.ph. I love that site. That's what we've been using ourselves within our inside of our own outsourcing company because they're just awesome. One funny story is they're really responsive to support emails. If you like have a problem with an employer, you can report them. Also, it's a little bit not as secure as stuff big places like Upwork that you've probably heard about when you're trying to apply. But with online jobs at BH, it gives you more of the autonomy and gives you more of a freedom, and then of course that instant connection with the employer, and it doesn't charge a lot of fees. So that's where I would recommend if you're going to start working from home this 2020. Now, the next thing that you want to keep in mind if you want to work from home is you need to always be improving. You need to always look for another skill that you might be good at or improve the current skill that you have. It's always about self-development and training yourself to be someone who's always looking for what the next thing is. Now, because you're working from home, you are your own boss. You're not going to be able to have someone pay you, 5,000 pesos to go to a conference and everything is paid off. You might get bosses who are like that, but most of the time it's going to be you taking the initiative to improve yourself, to constantly being curious, to constantly trying out new skills. For example, for me, I have so many skills under my belt. I can't even name them all, but they're all like kind of I have the foundation for them, but I'm not an expert on a lot of them. The only thing I could be an expert in is this topic, working from home, writing, and then how to lead, how to basically be kind of leading people in meetings in as a company, because that's the thing that I've been doing in the last few years. But you can also learn other things other than what you are making yourself an expert in. Like for me, I know video editing, video production. I know how to create courses. I know how to do Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, LinkedIn marketing. I know how to. What's the weirdest skill I think of? I think I could just name off a list of a lot of different skills that I have currently, and it's because in the last 10 years I've always been looking at what the new skill. What is the thing that I'm curious of next? One funny example is I know how to make Facebook chatbots. I just know how to do that, but I didn't really like it, but I have that skill moving forward if anyone needs it. But that's the point of experimenting. That's the point of being open to improving yourself, because then you find things that you don't like, and then you find things that you really, really, really like. So for me, I will always love, how to learning how to copyright, because that's something that I will probably never be an expert in, because there's always something new. There's always something cool to learn from it. So if you want to work from home, you have to have that discipline, that mindset to always be improving, to always look for new ways to be paid more. And also maybe sooner or later, and I've seen a lot of people do this, starting agencies, starting businesses from this. So make sure to watch out here on my YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever you're watching this from, to watch out for my next few videos, because I will be really focusing on how to work from home this 2020. What are the, again, yes, the assessment part of how to assess yourself, the tools that you will need. I will talk about like how to brand yourself. Again, you can check out my other videos because I've talked about this a lot before, and like how to do the application process, because that's a really long topic. And of course, improving yourself. Like what are the ways that I've improved myself in the last 10 years that I've been working online. Now, as usual, if you guys have any questions at all, please comment on the comment box. You can email me. You can do a lot of different things just to reach out to me and like ask me questions. I'm more than happy to answer anything that you guys need. I will link any of the videos that I have mentioned before below, just to make sure that you can find them, that you don't have to search anywhere for them. I post every Sunday, so make sure to like, subscribe, do all those fun things wherever you're watching this from. And I'll see you guys in the next video.